It's not very minimalistic. Much better. Hey friends, Taylor here, Minimalistic. Today I'm going to be talking about minimalism. What is minimalism? Well, minimalism can be many different things. Minimalism can be in architecture, minimalism can be in art, minimalism can be in makeup, clothing. I mean, it can be whatever it means to you, honestly. That's what minimalism is. What I'm talking about specifically is the minimalist lifestyle. So what is the minimalist lifestyle? The minimalist lifestyle is the philosophy of, the simple life. You can live more with less. You can enjoy your life more by getting rid of excess. It's about financial minimalism. So you're not spending a lot of money or you're not living off of a lot of money. You can make as much money as you want. It's just what you spend, what you purchase, how much you pay for rent, how much you pay for your car. It's about reducing your excess. If it does not spark joy, get rid of it. And at its core, that's what minimalism is. So today, I'm going to talk about what minimalism is and what minimalism is not. First and foremost, minimalism is about reducing. It's reducing what you have. You hold on to the things that you need in your life and you limit the things that you want. We all are guilty of it. We all have that impulse when we're at the cash register and we see that little item sitting there at the checkout and we throw it in our cart and we accumulate it. We see our friends have a nice big TV, so we go buy one. You walk into some people's houses and they have a TV in every single room. Is that necessary? For them, maybe. But for most of us, we don't need that. I have a TV on my phone. I've lived a minimalist lifestyle. My lifestyle has gotten a little more mainstream lately. I've accumulated a few things. I need to think about downsizing again. But overall, I try to live minimalist. It's about finding ways to spend less money. It's about finding ways to work less and spend more time on yourself, more time with your family. It's about enjoying the little things. It's about going out for a hike. It's about going fishing. It's about hanging with friends. It's about having drinks. It's about reading a good book. It's about watching a fun movie. If you're not out there participating in the rat race, if you're not out there, your sole goal is to accumulate things, you can do a lot more. I travel, I go places, I enjoy doing things. What it isn't about is getting rid of all of your worldly possessions. You're not a nun. I'm not a nun. I mean, I'm wearing black, but I'm not a nun. So it's not about getting rid of everything. It's not about taking it to the extreme, although some people do. Rob Greenfield, he's got a fantastic channel. I mean, the guy literally lives with nothing. It all fits in a backpack. And that's great, but that's not most of us. That's not me. It's not an unachievable goal. It's something that we can all do and we all probably should do. We probably should reduce the amount of things that we buy. You know the type. I've been the type. We all have friends that are the type. You walk into their house and they have things, lots and lots of things, because they don't know why they have them. They just purchase them. They just get it because they think that's what they're supposed to do with their money. You make money to spend money. That's what you're supposed to do with it. That's what everybody thinks. Minimalism is not that. Minimalism is finding ways to make your money go as far as it can go. Having a lot of things and trying to accumulate a lot of things contributes a lot to stress. And stress raises your cortisol levels, and we know by now that raising your cortisol levels is not a good thing. It creates obesity, it creates stress and anxiety. These are all things that you can get rid of and achieve a much happier, healthier life by incorporating minimalism into your life. I'm not telling you to take your photo album with all of the photos that you've collected over a lifetime and get rid of that. Obviously, I'm talking to the older people who have photo albums. Most people, use Facebook for their photo album. But you don't have to get rid of the things that bring you joy. You don't have to sit there and downsize your entire life to the point where you have 4 walls and a mat on the floor to sleep on. You don't have to do that. That's not what it is. It's not about getting rid of everything. It's about using your brain and thinking consciously of what you need and what you want and what will actually contribute. You can Go into your closet right now, every single one of you, I bet you, and you can find at least 10 items of clothing that you have not worn in probably a year, maybe even 2. That's most people. There are so many things in our closet that we don't wear. And what is it doing there? It's just taking up space. It makes you look like you have a lot of things, but you really don't. And it makes it harder for you to decide when you get up in the morning what you're going to wear. Believe it or not, even though you have not worn these items in 2 years, you're going to look at them in your closet and you're going to consider it. And you're going to take that time out of your day to consider, am I going to wear this? Nah. Or you have to move it aside. Or every once in a while it winds up in the laundry and you have to wash it again. You're using more water. All these things, you can limit that by simply getting rid of things you don't need. Now, how do you become a minimalist? Do you just go through your closet and, take all these items and put them in a bag and bring them down to the Goodwill or where have you, and that's it, and now you're a minimalist? No. You have to make solid changes in your life, and you have to make sound decisions. You can't just go into your closet and say, I'm going to get rid of all this, because what's going to end up happening, you're going to see an empty closet and you're going to reaccumulate everything all over again. So what you do, here's a tactic that I've used in the past and that I will continue to use in the future. When it comes to clothing, if you have a closet with hangers, what you do is you take your clothes, like t-shirts, and you put them on the hook and you face the hook facing in. So you hook it facing in like that. Now, when you take that article of clothing out, you flip the hook around so it's facing this way. That is a signal to you that I've used this article of clothing. You do that with all your clothes until you only have a few clothes in there that are still facing the correct way. That'll be a good indication that I don't wear these clothes that often. Those ones are good to go. They're probably good to go. Unless it's a special occasion thing like a cocktail dress or, a tuxedo. Obviously, those things you can store somewhere else. But that'll be a good indication of what clothes you wear and how often. So if you find that there are some clothes in your closet that you just don't use, then put them in a bag and donate them. I'm not saying Goodwill. I don't personally like to go donate things to the Goodwill. I'm not bagging on them. I know they do great things, but I would rather give my used clothing away and not require somebody to pay for it. So I personally donate my clothing to charities because they're not charging people to acquire my used clothing. That's to each and every person of their own accord, but that's what I like to do because I feel like I'm doing more that way. So as I mentioned early on in this video, I have gone through waves in my life of downsizing and accumulating and downsizing and accumulating, and I'm back at the point where I need to downsize again. My fiance and I are going to be making a move to either an off-grid cabin or a houseboat. We haven't decided yet. It's going to be one or the other. So we are looking at downsizing again, and I've accumulated things over the past couple of years that it's now time to let go of. Send out into the world to bring other people joy, because they're no longer contributing to the joy in my life. They're just contributing to, I need more boxes. That's what they're contributing to. So the next video I do, I'm going to be getting rid of things and showing you how to let go. When it comes to other things in your life, like using the minimal amount of things, it's a hard word to say. Using the minimal amount of things. Dogs.